Hey everybody, welcome to the Dano channel. I am Dano and I'm back with more Star Wars Micro Machines. This time it's the brand new Star Wars Rogue One Death Star playset. Look at this thing, it is the Death Star! Like, I'm excited. I'm really excited for this thing because it looks cool. And it's Rogue One. So first things first, let's talk about the package here. Look at the package. It's beautiful. I like the artwork on it. I like the little gray splotchiness they put on the top. The picture kind of has my brain going a little bit. It's got me thinking, is this a spoiler? Is this a potential spoiler? Because we don't know for sure that in Rogue One, we don't know that the Death Star actually fires or not. But the fact that this is on the picture, and that the big part of this toy is that it does fire and shoot off lasers from the Death Star, kind of has me thinking we're going to see the Death Star fire in Rogue One. What do you guys think? I mean, it's on the picture. It's right there. Alright, what else do we got in here? This set comes with a couple unique figures that Hasbro hasn't released anywhere else yet. So, we've got, well, some of them they have, some of them they have not. So we've got Jyn Erso down on the very end. We have a Death Trooper. We have Director Krennic's ship, which looks an awful lot like Kylo Ren's ship, weird enough. And then we have a transport ship, which looks like a giant platform with wings. It's kind of interesting. Now, what's cool about this set is it says there's 3 play zones. 3. And I'm not sure which 3 they're talking about, because I thought I almost counted 4. So there's an outer one, it's like an exterior, where you can actually like pretend to fly ships, and there's the lasers that actually fly. And it looks cool, you know, the lasers that shoot. And there's places on the top that folds up, and you can actually attach ships to it. You see, there's a little plastic piece there that lets you attach ships. It says 1 is the Iadu facility. So, looks like, almost like the inside of a Death Star, but it's not. It says Iadu facility, so that's the backside. That's 1. In the Iadu facility, there's a landing platform with a little elevator. And then on the bottom, actually, yeah, I guess that's just one part. It's this little weird back section. There's also a trapdoor. On the bottom part of that section is a Scarif bunker battle. So that's another thing. There's 2 places so far, right? 2. Now, on the other side, I see it says Jeddah City Clash. That's 3, technically. To me, that's 3 different zones. The bunker battle is one thing. Jeddah City Clash, to me, is another. Or is the bunker battle just a sticker? I guess we'll find out when we open it. We also see a Jeddah City Clash, which has a downed AT-ACT, or AT-ACT walker. There's like a big, it looks like the normal AT-AT, but it's got a big orange transport thing on the inside, and the head's a little bit different. And then on the other side, we have the Death Star interior, which the actual shooter, the turbo laser, or whatever you want to call it, the Death Star laser, actually fires the missiles from it. And there's missile storage, there's a little overbridge that goes over part of it. This is looking pretty cool. I'm actually really stoked to see what the heck this looks like once we get it open. Again, just to talk about those figures, the official names, now that I see the back of the box, this is Sergeant Jyn Erso, in parentheses, Jeddah. So maybe they'll make a different Jyn Erso in Iadu, or a different one in maybe Scarif or something. I don't know. We have an Imperial Death Trooper, we have an Imperial AT-ST Walker, the Chicken Walkers. We have Krennic's Imperial Shuttle, like I said, and an Imperial Cargo Shuttle, SW0608. It's the full name. I don't know if that's a really specific reason it says that or not. Now, before I open this thing up, one thing I want to do in this video, and I'm giving you guys a heads up now, is if you notice there's other stuff here on the table, there is another Death Star. This is a Death Star set that came out, look at how much bigger this box is. This is a Death Star set that came out in 1997. And it's right here on the table. It's already open. I got it on eBay not too long ago. And it's actually become one of my favorite Micro Machine sets. I've noticed that in 2015, with all the Force Awakens Micro Machines that came out, the newer ones didn't hold up as well as these older ones from the late 90s did. So today we're going to be doing a comparison. First we'll do the unboxing, then we'll do a comparison to the old one, and I've also got some blind bags to open up. So we got a full, huge, long video today, and I hope you guys are ready for it. Alright, first things first, let's get into this Rogue One Death Star. I've already popped the tape, so let's see how this thing looks when we unbox it. Oh, ooh, some assembly required indeed. And also probably stickers. Oh, you know what? The first thing I'm seeing in this sticker pack right here, there's something on the side of this box that I didn't mention before. I'm gonna have to move this thing so I don't knock it over. On the side of this box, there's a whole little advertisement about the Star Wars app. It is a Hasbro Star Wars StudioFx app to make videos with your toys. Now I actually have the app on my phone, so at the end of the video, once it's all done, I might make a couple little side videos and show you what they look like. Just so, you know, just a little extra bonus footage at the end there, so stay tuned. Be sure to stay tuned. So that's something that's in here, and in fact there's a scanner, a little QR code right on the front there that lets you register this toy, it lets you unlock more features within the app. So, something else to keep in mind when you're buying these toys, the action figures have it as well. You know, I might need scissors for this. Okay, here we go. Oh, I don't need scissors, look! It actually has tape that I can just peel right off. That's kind of nice, because then I can put everything back somewhat nicely. We'll see, we'll see. Alright, now while I do these stickers, I got a question for you. Sometimes, actually, in all my Star Wars videos that I do, all my Star Wars lightsabers, Star Wars Micro Machines videos, I put on a Star Wars movie in the background. You guys know what is playing in the background of today's video? If you know it, leave a comment down below, and we'll see if you're right. Now, there's actually two things playing, so, you know, bonus points if you get both. There's a lot of stickers, look at this. And those are really cool. I like the pictures on the stickers. The artwork on these stickers is really, really cool. In fact, here, let's take a close-up. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at this. Just look at the art quality. Just the pictures on here are gorgeous. I like how they're printed. I like how they look. Now the older ones from the 90s had kind of a painted feel. Of course, these look a little bit more computer generated, but this one specifically, I really like the Scarif bunker. Now, one of the things I'm most excited for in Rogue One is actually seeing that Scarif battle. There's just something about a bunch of stormtroopers on the beach that gets my imagination going, and I am really stoked for it. Assembly! Oh, instrucciones. Look at these things. There are a lot of them. There's a whole sheet just for instructions, and then the whole backside is dedicated to tell you just how to play with this thing. So, I'm normally terrible about reading instructions, I'm just being honest. I like to just figure it out as I go, but I guess today, for the sake of speed, we'll put this thing together. Now guys, you don't want to watch me put this thing together, do you? Oh my god. Look at these pieces. Look at these pieces. Okay guys, now that I have this thing open, I'm gonna put it together and I'll be right back in just a moment. Okay guys, I am back. I've put all the stickers on there. That took just about 30 minutes worth of putting stickers. So heads up kids, if you've been saving your allowance money, or if it's something you want for Christmas and you get Christmas morning, there will be a little bit of a wait putting this whole thing together, getting stickers on it, and just having it ready. But take a look at this. I'm going to give you a full spin so you can see what this looks like. Take a look. This is the front, and it's not, I would say half, but it's not quite a half. Look, it's like less than half. See how it's not like a full half circle? Well, the older one here is a full circle, a complete full circle. But I'm going to spin it around, take a look. There's one scene you can kind of see on the background. It looks pretty cool. It looks neat. There's a couple things you can do. But this is where the magic happens. Is when I spin this little thing on the top, I'm going to spin it like so. Actually, let me show you from this side because it's a little cooler looking. I'm going to spin it like this. Look. A whole new scene opens up, pulls a bridge with it. You can like get this thing open. There's another little bridge I can open down on this side. Maybe. It's easier to do it when the whole thing's open. You can even have it propped up. So you got a bridge, you have two bridges, you've got all this other cool stuff. And there's still this side I haven't even popped up yet. Now, in the instructions it says when you turn this, it's supposed to make it pop open, I guess, but it doesn't really. So I don't know what that's all about. But it does open pretty easily. So there's a lot of cool like battle features and stuff inside here. I like the size of it, honestly, and I'm going to say this now, we'll see if they come up with anything better. But as far as the Hasbro Micro Machines, the ones that have come out since Force Awakens 2015, up until now, this is the best one that Hasbro's come out with. This one I actually am really, like putting all the stickers on and building it and putting it together, I'm actually really excited to play with this one and like see how the figures go and do all the stuff. More so than I am for any of the previous ones that came out for Force Awakens. This is their best set yet. One thing I did find a little disappointing though is when you take the little turbo laser, I'm going to call it a turbo laser, but when you take the little turbo laser and they want you to use it like this, they want you to remove it and fire at the planet. Which I didn't think it was going to be used that way, and I like it. I thought it was only going to fire from the Death Star, it'd be like a Death Star thing. But then I started thinking about it, well, if you're playing on Scarif or you're playing on Iadu or wherever these other places are, the Death Star, how could you fire at the Death Star? So that also gets me thinking, like I said earlier, potential spoiler alert. I noticed there's a planet over here on the box. Where could that be? I'm guessing it's Scarif. I just putting it out there. I'm guessing, spoiler alert, I'm guessing the Death Star will fire on Scarif, and also that's the easiest planet to fire on. Like so. There's a Rogue One spoiler. You just saw it happen in Micro Machines form. Now, one thing did make me a little disappointed that you couldn't really fire it from inside, but I found that you still can. You still kind of can. Now, all of these little green things pop off right here. They come off, and each one of those is ammo. It's an extra laser bolt that you can use to fire. So if you wanted to, say, reenact one of those space part of the battles, you can fit your hand in here if it's small enough. Mine's a little big. But you can fit your hand in here and actually use it, you know, to fire the Death Star. So here goes. Let's pretend you guys are Alderaan. Too soon? And I am the Death Star. Can I hit you? Let's see, can I hit you? Close. That was pretty close. That was actually pretty close. I like that. That's got a decent range on it, especially for Micro Machines. Now, do you guys want to see up close what all the little features are? Because there's quite a few of them outside of that. There's a lot of neat little stuff you can do. Now, let's get a closer look at the inside of this thing. Take a look. Look at that. So there are some really cool stickers up in there. Look at those. Some TIE fighters flying by. There's a Star Destroyer up there. That looks really cool. And there's also these little sticks that you can use, and you can attach ships. So we can get a real close look at that transport ship we saw earlier. Oh yeah, that thing looks amazing. I like it. It looks really, I mean, of course these aren't to scale, but also notice how much this looks like Kylo Ren's ship. This is Director Orson Krennic, I believe is his name. It says Krennic's Imperial Shuttle is what this is supposed to be. Now, just for comparison, here is Kylo Ren's ship right there. So you can see this is the one that came in the Micro Machines, just a pack for Force Awakens. And this one is Director Krennic's. Okay, I see how there's a huge difference. Look at them. At first, they look similar in the way they work with the smaller wings that pop out of the bigger wings, just like they did here. But there is definitely a huge difference in the shape and also the size. But again, I don't know if these are to scale. I don't know exactly what this all entails. I do know that on Force Awakens, we saw Kylo Ren's ship hold multiple people, and there were troops inside, while the Lego version of Krennic's ship only holds like one figure. So I don't know if we can go off just the Lego version or what, but that is something just to take note of. So let's get a little up close and personal inside here. Look at these different battle zones. I like this. I like this here flips up. So that's kind of cool. Gives you another platform to play on. We've got this bridge right here that actually flips up like so. It snaps into place. And this, I'm guessing, is the... Let's see if I can figure out what this is. This is, it's an overpass bridge, is what this is supposed to be. And this is part of, I think, Jeddah City. Because notice it's got the stairs back there that kind of crash. Now there's another little piece over here. Check this thing out. I don't know if this is part of Jeddah or Iadu or Scarif Bunker Battle. This is the Scarif Bunker Battle. That's what this is. Look, so this side is the Scarif Bunker Battle. I just pulled out this little slide staircase thing that leads to the inside. Let's pop that down. This is cool. I like all these little sets and all the pieces that go in here. Let's see if we can maybe have a Dark Trooper. Will the Dark Trooper slide down? Let's put him on the stairs first. Let's see. He didn't stay on the stairs very well. He did not stay on the stairs very well at all. But we can do things like this, where there's a trap door. Okay, so I've got a Dark Trooper just sitting right here hanging out, and I've got Jyn Erso in the background. Let's say she shoots something and makes this thing just, ah, and he falls right to his doom. That's pretty cool. I like that little trap door function. I like these little lasers spin around. These little things, they don't do a whole lot, but you see this in a lot of the older Micro Machine sets, where they just include these little laser pieces that just spin for the heck of it. Let's get that Dark Trooper back out and let's show you something else. I like this. I actually like this bridge, because if you notice, it has this little pop-out thing right here. A little pop-out on that bridge. But you can do things like this. You can put your Dark Trooper, and now I'm going to keep making it that Jyn Erso wins, just because, you know, we all know she does at some point. Maybe. Or maybe everybody dies, I don't know. But so we've got our Dark Trooper over here on the bridge. You ready? You ready for this? Let's pretend someone shoots a bazooka. Knock out the bridge. Everybody dies. Let's see how many ways we can kill this Dark Trooper. That Dark Trooper is also pretty tall. Aren't you a little tall to be a Dark Trooper? There we go, that's a good shot. You can kind of see the details on him. He looks pretty good. Considering, I mean, it's a Micro Machine. But he does look pretty good. Just look at that. Oh yeah, and let's see what Jyn Erso looks like. Let's see if we can get an up close of Jyn Erso. Almost, there we go, it's a little bit better. You can kind of see how she's shooting her gun, she's kneeling down, she's got her like cover on. Remember, this is Sergeant Jyn Erso in Jedha Battle. So that's kind of a look at the inside. Let's put our Dark Trooper down here. You guys can see back there, there's a little bit of an elevator. Okay, so my Dark Trooper's in the elevator. Jyn Erso's just hanging out up here doing her thing. Now there is a little tiny button back here. See it, that little button? That's going to make him, maybe if I can do it right, go up in the elevator. It's hard to do one-handed while holding a phone. I like this. Here flips up. So there is a little elevator function, and I do like it. I think it's really cool that they added that, because it lets you transport between inside the Iadu bunker. I hope I'm saying that right. Iadu facility, or inside the Death Star, or down into the Jedha City. And the Jedha City looks really cool. Take a look at that. Look at it. It's all like rubble, and you can see inside there. There's a. I don't know if that's crashed or if that's just supposed to be walking. But you can also add this guy. You can also add the Chicken Walker. In fact, let's put him down here. Now I will tell you, for old man hands like myself, it's a little hard to get in here. Look at that. I'm kind of cramped. It is a little hard to get in here. But once you're in there and you've got everything going, it actually looks really cool. I like all the detail on the floor down there. I like the brick detail. And let's spin this thing around. There's the other side of the bunker. You can kind of see him over there, the ATST Walker, and all his impending doom. And check this out. When you spin this thing closed, look at that. It's just going to go boop, and it just closes. Now, the one thing I did notice is actually you have to make sure your ramp is up. If you don't put the ramp up, this little ramp, if you don't fold that and put it back in there, then it doesn't close right. So let's try one more time. Let's close it. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. I like it. And then this you have to fold back up, pop it into place. We can raise or lower our elevator. It's a lot easier when you're doing it quick, going down. Here's our little Jyn Erso figure again. And let's go back and look at all the different figures that it came with. It came with 4 total. So we've got our Chicken Walker, ATST Walker. We've got Sergeant Jyn Erso in her Jedha outfit. We've got an Imperial Death Trooper. We've got Krennic's Imperial Shuttle, this one over here. And last, we have the Imperial Cargo Shuttle SW068. Let's take one last big look at this set. Again, we have a space battle. We have the inside of the Death Star. We have a Jedha battle. We have the Iadu facility. Right there, the Iadu facility. And we have a Scarif bunker battle that goes on here. So I think that's the inside of the bunker. I like the sticker a lot. And there's the outside of the bunker. It's all battle damaged and messed up. And then we have our bridge up here where we can put figures and kind of play in between and all around this different battle scenes. And here's a look of what the figures look like when they're on there. They look good. They all look really good. I just love the sculpt on this. The details in here are really cool. There's one thing I didn't show you guys yet. Check this staircase out. It's got this little staircase thing going on. And it says if you take one of these vehicles and it says you aim it towards, or you push it towards the stairs, you'll knock them over. So there's this little, let's just pretend we're going to do this. We're just going to use Kylo Ren here. Kylo Ren's ship is going to come and crash, and it's supposed to like knock them back. This pops out a little bit and it's supposed to go like this, and it knocks the character over just because of how that moves, like so. I wish it was spring-loaded. I wish it had a little bit more to it, but it is what it is. It's better than no feature. And I do like the fact that this thing actually shoots, comes with a bunch of extra bullets. These things that hold the ship where you reenact your space battles, and you can put X-Wings or whatever you want up there, but these completely fold down. So you can, move them however you want. You can be like, oh, Professor Krennic's here, or not Professor, Director Krennic is here, and he's gonna, swoop in, and when you're done playing, you just kind of move these things off to the side, close it up like so. Let's see. There you go, close it, make sure all of our bridges are up. Let's put Jyn Erso in there. Let's put Kylo Ren's ship in there, even though he wasn't around yet. And let's close it up. There you go. And now we have a closed up set. I think that looks pretty cool. Guys, what do you think? I actually really like this one a lot. I think it's pretty cool. Now we got to figure out how does it compare to the old one from the late 90s. But before that, we're going to take a little break and we'll be right back with that comparison. And we're going to open up some blind bags too. So we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We are going to get into the Star Wars Double Takes. It says Double Action Transforming Playsets, Death Star set. And this is an older Micro Machines set from, I believe I said 1997 earlier. 1997! That is old. Very old. Now, this is a really cool set, and I didn't get this brand new. I got it on eBay, and it actually cost me about 55 bucks with shipping, which is a really good deal on this. Normally they go for about 70 with shipping included. You'll see them sell for about $50 and $20 to ship them, so that's why I say around 70. But I got a really good deal on this one. It was not brand new. All the stickers and everything were already put on it. They did say some of the stickers were peeling off, which I might have to fix a little bit or push down. You'll see when I open this up. So overall though, it's about the same price as this one. This one costs $50. This is $49.99. Luckily I used a coupon that I had at Target to save myself a little bit of money. And another thing I should point out with the older one is this was extremely hard to find during Rogue Friday. Toys R Us didn't have it in my area. Walmart didn't have it in my area. There was one Target in all of Las Vegas, Nevada that had this, and they had about 10 of them in stock, but no other Targets had them. There's one place in the whole city of Las Vegas that had the Rogue One version of the Death Star, so I had to drive across town to go pick it up just to do this review, and so I could kind of compare them. But that being said, it's just as hard to get a hold of one of these. You don't see these things in stores anymore. These have been long gone for almost 20 years, and even on eBay when you see them, they're sometimes a bit overpriced. So let's get into it. Let's look at this box first. Let's look at the artwork on this box. I love the artwork on the old boxes. I was saying earlier I like the artwork on the new box because it tells us maybe spoilers. But I like this artwork on the old one. You can tell it's based off of Star Wars Episode 4, the special edition, not the original release. If you're a younger kid, you probably never saw the original release. You've only known it as the special edition with the Ronto and some other things. But this came out after that, around 97, when that was released. So we have the Ronto and big full feature right there. We've got the Cantina Band. I love that look. I just love the whole bar seed they painted on there. We also have the Death Star looming in the background. We got some TIE fighters chasing after a Millennium Falcon. And we have Luke on the bottom with the twin suns in the background. And it kind of gets your imagination going, like, what am I going to be able to play with in this thing? And if we take a look at the back, there are some really cool features. So first off, let's read the little blurb here. It says, Death Star, supreme achievement of the Empire's military might. Push the lever and you're instantly transported to planet Tatooine and Mos Eisley Spaceport. Strange creatures, smugglers, and spies from across the galaxy meet at the Cantina to negotiate shady deals. In the desert wastelands, Tusken Raiders lay in ambush and Imperial forces raid Luke's family farm, lift the lever to transform Tatooine back again into the Empire's awesome armored space station. So it transforms back and forth when you push the lever. Let's start on the top corner here of this box. It says it comes with the Millennium Falcon. There is a detailed Death Star trench going all along the outside of the Death Star itself. There are vehicle posts to simulate flying. So there is a Death Star. You'll notice I've got a couple ships actually on here. I've got the Millennium Falcon poking its head out of the top of the Death Star, but I also have a TIE fighter here along the trench. So if I had more of these posts, again, this was used, so it didn't come with all the posts. It only came with about 2 extra. I can place them all along the Death Star. There's a couple holes here and there where you can put these posts in and just have ships look like they're flying all around it. So next we've got a telescoping tractor beam, and I'll show you guys that right here. So you can pop this whole panel open, and there is a place where you can dock a ship, and you can pull it out. Let's say we put the Falcon on there. Let's take this off. Let's put the Falcon on there. We can be like, oh, tractor beam, it's getting sucked into the Death Star. Gone forever. And it goes away. And it's kind of cool. I like that. That's a neat little feature that it's got on there. For now, I'm going to put it back in here, so it's kind of flying outside of the Death Star. And you'll see how that works when I open it up in just a second. Next up, it shows the Cantina bar, and there's a little Obi-Wan figure. There's a Cantina Band stand. Keep it on the top right of the box. We show Planet Tatooine, and you can see there's a docking bay. There's some stickers with stormtroopers kind of firing. It says there's a hangar dome, revolving vehicle mount, and next we've got a fold-out landing pad. That's attached to where that telescoping tractor beam is. Now notice that's on the box twice. It's on the right side of the box, and it's all the way back on the left side of the box. Next we have roll-down ramps. So there's these like dirt ramps There's a little thing with Obi-Wan Kenobi's house, so it's a little like kind of mold relief. They called reliefs when they stick out of the artwork like that. A relief of Obi-Wan Kenobi's house. There's a pop-up Tusken Raider ambush. You can see the little Jawa riding the Ronto figure there. There's some Womp Rats walking around the middle of town. I see Aunt Beru there standing next to some flip-over skeletal remains. That's dark. That is dark. I don't think they would be racy enough to put straight-up skeletal remains in a newer set if that was in the movie. But there it is. It's flip-over skeletal remains. There's a pop-up secret landmine. That wasn't in the movie, but that should be a cool play feature. And then you can open up the Lars house. It says Lars Moisture Farm with flip-up subterranean living quarters and a secret access ramp. And along the very bottom of the box here, it shows us Obi-Wan Kenobi. We've got Ronto with Jawas. We've got Beru Lars, Owen Lars, Scurriers. They don't call them Womp Rats, they call them Scurriers. Rodent-like creatures found on planet Tatooine. And it comes with one vehicle, the Millennium Falcon. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 figures and 1 vehicle, while the newer set came with 2 figures and 3 vehicles. Kind of a, I don't know, even trade-off, I think. That's an even trade-off. Let's see, what else do we got here? There is a little blurb here about the package art. It says the front of this box is an original work by Ralph Mcquarrie. Mcquarrie served as concept artist for Lucasfilm on each film in the Star Wars trilogy, and his other credits include receiving an Academy Award for special effects created for the movie Cocoon. So Mcquarrie's illustrations were used by CBS News in its broadcast of the Apollo lunar missions. So this artwork on the front, that's Ralph Mcquarrie art. And if you're a Star Wars fan, you know that name. You know that name, because that is a very famous name. So enough with the box. Let's get this thing open. You ready? You guys ready? Just look at this thing. Just watch. This is ridiculous. Boom! I didn't even do it the right way facing you. I should have done it the other way. Let's close it this way. Okay. You ready? Now you're ready. Boom! This thing's huge and it opens up really easily. I like how smooth that was. Now I have most of the figures kind of hiding out in here. And it might be a little hard to see from where you guys are. But I'm going to put them where they are in the box just so you guys can kind of have a look-see as to what we got going on here. Now where's my Ronto? There's a Ronto I can place there. Here's my little Scurriers. Now did you notice what happened with the ship? I'm actually going to remove them real quick, just so we can focus on the Millennium Falcon ship. Look at what happens when I push this thing back. Look, it goes from being... Uh-oh, what did I do? There we go, that's better. So it goes from being outside, and it just kind of like lands itself inside in the docking bay, like really easily. Like, whoop, it just kind of scoops up. It's just the way this thing's built. It's meant to do that, like pretty simply. And kind of smoothly, a little clunky, but I still like it. Alright, let's take a look at the inside here. I'm going to get my little close-up camera. Okay, so let's start by looking at the top. This is a little rotating platform thing you can attach ships to. It's got the little peg so you can stick a ship on there and kind of have it rotating like they're out in space. And if you notice, it looks like they're just above Tatooine, very much like on the beginning of A New Hope. So we got some cool stickers on here. Some, like I said, are starting to come up, so I might need to take a little heat gun and take it to that. This is how that Falcon goes up. It actually rides this little lip right here, this curved lip, so it's sticking out, and as it opens, it brings it down into the docking bay. And there we go. This is the other side of that flip open tractor beam, so we can actually see how the tractor beam goes all the way out and comes back in. It's kind of nice. Let's flip this thing around here. Let's look at some of these stickers. Look at this. There's some crazy stickers in here. I can almost not get the camera in there. But there's the detention center where they rescued Princess Leia. There's the computer room where R2-D2 and 3PO hung out. There's them trying to come through and blast at him. There's a lot of neat stuff. And then as we exit, here's some of those dirt ramps. So you just kind of like, woo, swoop all the way down. We can see our pop-up Tusken Raider. He doesn't really hide so much. He's just kind of hanging out there. But there he goes. He pops up. Ambush! I'm gonna get you! So Owen Lars could be, you know, taking a walk. I'm Owen Lars, I'm Owen Lars. Taking a walk. That's how I sing my song. And then he just pops up. Ah! And Owen Lars is out. And then Owen Lars looks like this. Oh, too soon, Owen Lars. Too soon. Skeletal remains. Skeletal remains. If you open the inside of the Lars homestead, you can see there's some food there. I don't know. Is that blue milk in the middle? What do you guys think? You think that's blue milk? It might be. It looks like the cups are actually filled with red stuff, whatever that is. Someone up here's got a bowl of fire that they're eating. I don't know what's up with that. There's a whole bowl of fire up there. There looks like lettuce or spinach or something. I don't know what that brown stuff is, but that someone up here is eating fire. and they're all drinking red stuff. So I don't see blue milk. A little disappointing, but it's okay. What else do we got? Let's put these rodents. Let's pretend the rodents are on top of the landmine, and let's see what happens when we hit the landmine. Well, go back, go back. Boom, and they're gone. All the scurriers can go back over here and hang out. I've got my Ronto. My Ronto looks good. I really like how the Ronto looks. It kind of, if you look at it as a whole, it really has this full Mos Eisley like potential to really look like the whole Cantina. You can see back there, there's some stickers. You got Woo-Her the bartender hanging out back there. There's some other weird creatures and stuff. You can see Momon Nadon. That's like a classic look. That might be actually the exact same thing that's on the sticker, or that's on the outer box. It looks really similar to that exact same sticker. So that could be it. We'll see. What else we got? We got the Cantina Band. They're just kind of hanging out, doing their thing. I wish they maybe moved a little. But it's still nice that you can like go in here and you can put figures. And you can even use your other Micro Machines figures to really make this place come to life. Check it out. Look, there's Obi-Wan. There's another table. I don't see blue milk. Well, maybe that is blue milk. You think that's blue milk? I don't know. But let's look at this other level. I got some stormtroopers trying to like interrogate people. This little droid right here, this was part of Special Edition. They added that droid as part of Special Edition. See him? There he is. There's some stormtroopers. Some more stickers. There's a screw up there. There's stairs. A lot of stairs. Look at that. Stairs. 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 My Ronto fell over. I do like the sculpt on the Ronto. There's even a dewback back there. Look at that. That is cool. I love this set. I think this set is really, really awesome. Alright guys, now that we've kind of seen everybody, we've seen all the figures, we've seen what this set has as compared to the newer set, I want to know what you guys think. What do you think is the better set? You think the one from 1997, the one that I've got open right now, is better? Or would you rather play with the new Rogue One set? Leave it down in the comments below because I want to know. Oh, what did I do? I didn't close it right. I didn't close it right. How about that? That's a little better. I love that it just closes and I can just display it this way and put chips on the outside. It's also much smaller. Look at this. In comparison, it's not as tall. Old one, new one, but it's also half the size. So, your call. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Now, let's end this video with a little bit of blind bags. I've got 5 different Series 4 Micro Machines blind bags, and let's see what's in them. You guys got any guesses? What do you think's in here? What do you think's in here? Who doesn't love a blind bag? Oh, what is this? I have no idea what this is. It looks almost like a pod racer or something. It's definitely not. I don't know what this is. Guys, if you know what this is, like, leave a comment because I am going to have trouble identifying what the heck this is. Alright, I've got my blind bag number 2. Let's see what's in here. This is... That's almost like an AT-AT walker, but he's not. He's a little bit different. He's like a little... Look at him. He's like a little walker weird guy. He looks like one from Rebels is what he looks like. He looks like one of the walkers from Rebels. So alright, let's see what my next blind bag's going to be. What is... Oh, another one! Okay, so that makes 2 of the same thing. So I've got 2 of these things now. 2! Alright, so I've got 2 more blind bags. If I get a third one... Ooh! A Golden Slave 1! That's actually really cool. I don't know if that's rare or not, but take a look. A Golden Slave 1. Weird ship I don't know. 2 walkers! Alright guys, last blind bag. It's the last one. The last blind bag. What is it? What could it be? What could it be? Yes! I love it. I love it. Jabba the Hutt. That is a really cool Jabba the Hutt. Look. He's actually pretty big. I like the detail on him though. He's cool. That is really cool. I actually got some pretty cool blind bags. I'm okay with getting dupes of the walkers because I can use them in my new Death Star set and there will be more walkers going around. Somebody leave me a comment. Tell me what the heck this thing is. What is this? I don't know what ship that is. I really don't. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember, I want to know what do you guys think is better? Old, new, and someone tell me what the heck this ship is. Until next time, may the Force have with you. And goodbye forever.